Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is I, Joshua Mammoth, back once again with another independent comic book review. And of course, the beautiful mistress of the Mammothverse, Rachel. How are you doing this evening?
Mistress of the Mammothverse. I love that title. I'm doing really good. A little bit of a hiatus that we've been out, but we're getting right back into it.
Yeah, well, we've actually been doing some studio upgrades.
Yeah.
Because in Florida, it's really hot.
It's already so ridiculous.
And so, we have some good lighting, and so it gets a little stuffy and hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get some work done to make it a little better. Get some breathing room in here.
Plus, in our first life, we did get a puppy, so that has taken quite a bit of time.
Yeah, he's running around here somewhere.
You might hear him.
So tonight, special. Extra special.
Extra special.
Because this one is a book that I've really been wanting to do for a few months now, and we're finally making that happen tonight.
Yes, because it was, again, such an awesome read, and we were just so excited to be able to finally do the review on it. So
in fact, we liked Nico and Ninja Niko. Obviously, that's what we're doing Ninja Niko number 2 tonight, but we liked that first one, and we liked Nekoe Smith so much that we went to the other con he said he was going to be at. Well, first because it was in Orlando, which isn't that far from where we are, so we were able to pick up Ninja Niko 2 at that con.
Yes.
And
see him again.
Yeah, meet up with Nico again. So special thanks to him because he always treats us great. Always signs everything.
We got a cool poster.
Yeah, we got a cool poster. In fact, that poster is hanging in my living room, and we'll put a picture of that.
I know you love that. We'll go into more detail, but it is from Jacksonville.
Yes.
Hometown over here, so.
Yes, and also the cover on this. Go ahead and put it up, Trevor. Ninja Niko number 2, and this one here is an alternate cover.
Yes.
And it's inspired by Ninja Gaiden 2.
Yeah, because they actually had alternate covers. It was hard to pick one from, but because again you were, from Jacksonville, it's kind of had to pick that one.
Well, and also I'm a huge Ninja Gaiden fan, so the first thing I did when I got home is compare it to that NES cartridge. I took the cartridge down. Trevor, you can throw those pictures up, and I went over it in meticulous detail. It was. So, but also what was cool about this is like not only did the front resemble Ninja Gaiden 2, but also the back, the way it was done. It had highlights from the comic, but it made it look like it was highlights from the video game.
Right.
So that was really creative. So we love this cover.
It was really cool.
Okay, so you ready to dive into this biscuit?
Yep, I'm excited.
So what was awesome about this one is it really started off right away with where the first one left off.
Oh, I know. It literally just dove right back into it. You could be reading it just from that next page, really.
It honestly, it reminded me of, I know this might sound a little cheesy, but it reminded me of Karate Kid Part 2. Because Karate Kid Part 2, it starts right where the tournament leaves. And so you get to see what happens after that. And so, this comic's way better than Karate Kid Part 2, but that's what I liked about it, is it went right into the story of what happened. And so if you remember from the first video, which we will link in the description below, Nico had taken out the scroll from the trophy from the tournament that he had won. And actually, I think he won a couple things. One for nunchucks, and then he had the fight with Johnny.
Yeah.
Later on that he won, and he got the trophy from that. Well, in any case, his brother Jay knocked it over, and it broke, and then that's when the scroll came out. And when Nico opened that scroll with the G on it, it filled him with power, and he just started levitating a few inches off the floor.
Yeah, and you could tell just by this. It was like a blue force almost of just energy. And it just completely consumed the room, and then it exploded almost, right?
So what happened is, for whatever reason, I think because Jay was like, hey, I need to turn him over to see if he's okay.
Right.
And so when Jay turned him over, it caused like a sonic boom.
God, what a way to flip someone over.
And I felt so bad for Nico's mom. You see what it did to her house?
And that was the funny part. So she goes to my house. I'm like, oh.
And you noticed, as she's saying, my house, and then Jay's running out the door. He's like, it was Nico's fault.
And I'm like, not me. Not me. Let me tell you.
And so, so the shockwave, unfortunately, ended the party a little early.
Yeah, that will definitely be a party.
I mean, it smashed the windows. It, devastated the inside of the house.
Yeah, it definitely, devastated is a good word for it.
And so what had ended up happening is, outside, Nico is still kind of, unconscious.
Right, and he's just levitating there, and his brother is like, oh god.
Yeah, we don't know what to do. Well, so, his mom being really smart and knowing the Jacksonville police, we got to get him out of here.
And I'm sorry, being the coolest mom out there, she just was like, look, we got to get into plan here. You got to get him, you got to get gone. And the kid's like, wait, mom, what? Like, are you something?
Well, you definitely don't want them getting there and then taking this guy in for some type of scientific experiments.
I know, he'll be in some bunker that you'll never see him again. Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll find out later if you can break the bunker. So, the plan, and this was hilarious, was to literally wrap him up like a burrito.
Yeah, and just levitate him out there.
And so, it kind of reminded me of in Star Wars when...
oh my gosh, I thought the same thing. You're talking about with Han Solo.
Yes.
Was carbon.
Yeah, carbon freezing.
Yeah, there we go.
And Boba Fett's just pushing him as he's levitating. I was like, yeah, that's very similar.
So funny.
And they put him in the car, and then his brother Jay grabs some stuff from inside the house, and then they get the hell out.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we got to go. And they sure do. They get out of there and they drive to, I think they said the countryside of Jacksonville, which, that could be anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of country.
Yeah, so there could be anywhere. But it was some abandoned building. And
there's a lot of those too.
That's everywhere. But it looked pretty cool. But they get in there, and apparently the smell, though, was not.
It shows you how much I know about this comic. I've already went through all these pages. I'm like, wow, I've already talked about this.
Yep.
They go to an abandoned warehouse, and this is what I find a little peculiar for me, though. Jay just leaves them in an office, and it's like, all right, you do your thing. I'll see you later.
Yeah, train and have fun. I'm like, wow. I hope he wakes up.
You couldn't download some Netflix on a tablet and then just chill in there until I wake up?
Well, I was more worried about food and water for him.
Well, I think we would assume that the power, is...
This boy's levitating. I don't think we should assume anything.
Good point. But I'm just saying, he could have been in the room and watched over him or something.
I do agree. I thought it was a little strange. I'm like, does your mom know you just dropped it in?
Well, she does because she left a note.
Oh, that's right, to tell him what to do. See, and another reason why I think the mom, she might know some stuff. Because she kind of was, in this note, like, hey, this is what you gotta do. Make sure you do this. It's like, have you been through this before? How do you know all
Maybe
this?
she found the scroll before him.
Maybe. I didn't know this was such a common
Well, the couple things about the warehouse that we need to also say is, and because this was excellent, it smelled like hot expired blue cheese that spilled in a birdcage.
Birdcage. Not even just its cheese, but it had to spill in the birdcage. I was like, wow, that's a whole other level of imagination. It really made me think, though, that is a god-awful smell. And if you... I'd be mad at my brother, though. You gonna put me somewhere that smells that way? I wake up.
Blue cheese doesn't really smell good anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. Can you imagine it going bad?
Well, isn't it already bad? It just gets worse?
Well, kind of all cheese.
I don't know, but I don't eat that blue cheese stuff.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Jay leaves him in the office in this warehouse, and then also the note from his mom.
Right.
And
what I love, though, is he wants to flip him over. Because he's like, I feel bad. He's just going to wake up, face first into the ground. And he's like, well, if I flip him over, is it going to create another shockwave? Yeah, let me just put that note right under here for you. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing you see.
That was very clever, though, because if he just wakes up in an office, he's not going to know to look for a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he put it like right there.
Yeah, like right in front of his face. So I was like, well, that's good.
Yeah, that was
but yeah,
awesome.
I thought it was so funny, but I still thought it was funny. I'm like, well, I'm glad he finally woke up because, yeah.
Well, he wakes up 16 hours later.
Oh, that's right. That's a heck of a nap. I need a nap like that.
16 hours, and then, like, no one's, like, they're not concerned about him or anything?
Apparently not, because he seems to be in this warehouse for quite a few days. Well, the mom was like, hey, look, don't come back till you get this under control. Because she's like, don't be wrecking my house. I'm about to get it cleaned up.
Could you imagine what that shockwave would do in here? There'd be pieces of Star Trek items as far as the eye could see.
Okay, there'd be a few other Star Wars and stuff, too. All Star Trek.
Be a phaser, like, orbiting Earth up there. So Nico wakes up, he reads the note, and you know what? He's like, I gotta do this.
Yep, he's like, all right, game on, let's do this. What I did think was funny, though, so his brother did pack in the bag, and he's kind of going through it, he only did one change of clothes. I'm like, if that is such the epitome of a boy packing for someone, he got him all kinds of weapons. I mean, I do applaud him for that, but he had one change of clothes.
They put the video camera in there, though.
Because he knew he'd want to record this, but please.
And also, Nico, he noticed the smell as well when he woke up.
I mean, how could you not? Even though I thought, once you're supposed to be breathing something in for, like a minute or so, your body...
Oh, honey, this is a Jacksonville smell. They don't go away easily.
That is not.
The only reason
he does not have anything to do with.
The only reason he could tolerate it is not just because of the powers, but because he's a Jacksonville native. I'm telling you.
Anyway, so he wakes up.
And this is actually one of my favorite parts of the comic too. Is his training scene.
Oh, completely, because it's so cool. I mean, he takes a lot of risks. He's like, let's just figure it out. I'm like, man, you can die.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of any superhero movie that they're learning their powers for the first time.
Right. Oh, there's a high building.
I think wasn't it Tobey Maguire like slammed into the wall the first time he like did the web thing.
Kind of bounced a little bit. That was great.
So for me this was like the coolest part of the book is showing his like the way he could do manipulate this energy in various ways.
Well, yeah, he figures out all his powers. Like he figures out, of course, the hovering. He already kind of knows he can do that. But he also can do energy waves with different things. He can even create a little nunchuck that goes like the force field around him. Or not nunchuck, I'm sorry. The ninja star.
The shurikens, yes.
Is that what
yeah.
Anyways, those things that go around, and I thought that was like super cool.
There's a lot of things actually that he could do with this energy. So the first thing he realized right away is that he has to focus and concentrate, and then like he has to focus the energy. And so like you said the nunchucks, he actually was able to put the energy into the nunchucks. Yeah. But the energy was like flying all around. He's like, oh, this will be super dangerous in a crowded situation.
So that's why he got the sword.
And to the sword, okay, that reminded me of Zelda. He's like,
I didn't even think about that. I like that, yeah.
Yeah, because he was like shooting power out of that thing. Oh, this is really cool. And it makes me wonder, because he just had basically a piece of scrap metal that happened to look like a sword, right?
Oh, I thought that came out of his bag.
Oh, it did?
I thought so. I thought that was one of the little nifty things his brother gave him, because he was a ninja.
Oh.
You gotta have a ninja sword.
Well, I agree. And he did too, because he said he had a ninja sword. He said, let me see what I can find here. I'll have to go back over that.
We'll find out.
Well, in any case, I was wondering if he got like a much better sword. Is it like better energy that he could produce? Is it stronger? Or could he just have like a butter knife?
I think anything, because with those little ninja star, whatever you call them, he didn't have anything with that.
He could just create those. He could just straight create those, and then and like they kind of go around them, like able to block attacks and stuff. It was really cool. So also, what I found interesting too is that the sword also has like the slash. Like when he slashes it, it also shoots the energy too.
Oh yeah.
So he could actually shoot the energy, or he could like actually slash you, and then you're still getting hit with energy.
Either way, yeah, I know it was an incredible part. That was definitely one of my favorites.
And also the force field.
Oh, I agree. I forgot about that part. He can literally create this whole force field around him, and I'm like, man, what are you doing now too?
Well,
That's so cool.
the force field, man, the art for that was so good.
Honestly, I just loved how all of the energy looked, like that blue color and just the way that he did. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like waves.
Yeah,
almost,
it's difficult to pull that off.
So cool, and I thought it was super creative how he did it.
It was. Really, and the story too, it just kept flowing, and like he kept like learning how to enhance the energy, manipulate it. I mean, to the point where he was like, I can control this.
Yep, and then he started jumping like an NBA player would only could dream. Like, man.
Well, what he does is he jumps and then falls to the floor to see if he's going to smack on it.
Oh, that's right.
He literally, like 6 inches before he hits, it's like, and he stops. Wouldn't that be really helpful?
Everything he does would be super helpful. It really would.
So overall, like I feel like this was a good like build up for him. You know, like he didn't just get the power and then just start running out there and taking care of business. Like he couldn't even control it.
Well, he didn't even understand how to do it because at first, remember, he had to get angry to even like start doing it, and then he's like, okay, now I gotta concentrate like really hard, and then that's when he realized, okay, this is something, you know, and it's probably more second nature as you know it goes on, but.
And it's going to take a lot of ducats to repair that house.
Well, he better go make some money because his mama is not going to play. I can tell you, she was not playing already.
So what I liked about this scene too is he lists like he has like a list of stuff he has to accomplish before he goes home, and so he goes through all of these steps until he's finally like, all right, I think I'm ready. But then he realizes that he needs some help with this.
Well, because he doesn't understand, like, how does a scroll give me all these? I can now levitate. I can, jump really far. I can, go to all this energy.
And we're talking like jump, like
miles.
Like he can jump in like kind of like in City of Heroes. Remember that old game?
Well, I kind of imagine. Remember when Superman first was learning how to? I can't remember which one because
they're all kind of the same.
But where he learns how to fly and he starts doing those big jumps at first, until he finally boom, it's kind of like that.
I think he was doing that in Smallville for like 10 years before he.
Maybe it was Smallville. I remember we've watched.
That's my least favorite of the Superman stuff, though.
Oh, I agree. I think the original is my favorite, and then it's that.
The Reeves, Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
And then I do like the other guy. What's his name?
The new guy from Henry Cavill.
Yeah, him.
Oh yeah, he actually Man of Steel is good. Yeah, we're getting off topic.
I'm sorry.
Here.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, he realizes, hey, you know what? There is this one professor at my college that I think I can trust that
would actually know what he's talking about and would actually be able to help him with this.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple of pages here that are just absolutely spectacular.
Oh, they're epic because it's again just showing his powers and him kind of playing around.
Yeah,
he's
just traveling to the college, and it's showing him like bouncing to.
And I loved it. At one time, it was showing like a spot of where he was, and he was like, "Whoa, I'm already like he's surprising himself with how far he can jump."
And then
I was like, "Oh."
Then he sees like a landscape of downtown Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I guess. The last page is him actually in class setting it up for the next issue.
Yeah, but it's like what I thought was cool is in the class he's not actually asked the teacher yet. He's kind of just there contemplating, like, okay, can I really trust him? Should I trust him? Like, I'm excited to see. I know because when I turned the page, I was like, this is crazy. I got another cliffhanger.
Well, for sure, like I like the involvement of a professor. You know, to
I agree.
kind of help him like maybe decipher the scroll, figure out where the powers are coming from.
Kind of remind me of like Da Vinci Code kind of thing.
Yeah, try to
smart guy to help you.
Yeah, you got to get that guy in there to help you like decipher it and figure it out.
I agree.
So, all right, you ready for the analysis?
My favorite part.
All right, let me get my
notes going here.
I got them somewhere here.
Well, I'll start off with what I really like, or what I like. Was definitely Nico's mom and brother. Again, they're just ride or dies. They were ready to just not only hide him from the cops, the accessories to God only knows what, but just, okay, he's got this crazy power, we're just going to deal with it. Here's a note, honey. You just get together and you come back home after that. And I'm like,
she also, awesome. And again, she also knew Jacksonville police really well. She's like, yo, we got to clear this area.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Wrap him like a burrito, not a donut, and let's go.
Yeah. I actually like that Nico never hits the ground when falling.
Oh, I know. That's so cool. That'd be so good. I fall.
Or if you're trying to dodge someone so they don't see you, you can just drop real quick.
Oh.
Might be like hitting an air cushion.
That would be nice. Sleeping must be amazing.
Oh yeah, you can sleep on the air.
Yeah, it's so comfortable. I like though the fact that he did put take place in Jacksonville. I just think that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. You don't see that a lot, and he pulls it off really well.
He does. Yeah, because I think most people just kind of create their own place because it's just a lot easier that way. But I thought it was cool. Not only is Jacksonville, because it's got a tie to us, but, it's Florida. I think it's cool, and it's a whole new spin on it, which, wouldn't that be cool if there was more people in Jacksonville?
Well, there was, but then he moved to Central Florida.
Anyway.
So I actually like the shockwave that blew out the house.
Oh, yeah. I actually really like that. Again, I actually just really liked...
the way the art was pulled off.
Yeah, like just that whole energy, the little energy that he was showing throughout the whole comic. I just thought that looked so cool, and it was actually really pretty.
And then also the people that were running away, like how they did the crowd running out, and then the house was behind them, like the windows busting out.
Yep. That was great.
I also like that that Jay just left him alone in the warehouse.
Like, what a brother, I swear. Like, okay, you're good now. I got you here. That's all I had to do. Oh, that's so funny. That's what I'm saying. I really liked the brother. And they were just so funny.
Jay didn't have a bigger part in this one like he did in the first one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he would have if he didn't leave him. That's his fault.
Oh, I guess that's true. That's true. He could have used like the cameraman to get those shots.
And be like, hey, try this. See what you can do.
What did you really like?
Actually, the storyline itself. Not only was it super just captivating, like you just kept turning the page, but it was funny too. Like there was just little like his brother just leaving him like in a warehouse.
What I really liked too was, and I found myself staring at the splash pages.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like there was like a lot going on in these pages, and there were a lot in this comic, including like a big crossover page.
Yeah, and I thought that was so cool how he was able to kind of do that,
mm-hmm.
Where it was like transitioning, and again, just the way he was able to just kind of describe what was going on. I thought it was just so detailed, and it was really good.
I thought that I really liked the nunchuck scene when he was able to power that up and.
Actually, I just really liked all his powers. I put down that just between the jumping and the hovering and the energy waves and the ninja star, I mean, it was just all so cool. And like, man, how powerful all that stuff is.
And it all like really fits around the character too.
Oh, completely. Yeah, it's not just some random thing like you can make really well. Maybe he can.
We don't know. You don't know his life.
I don't know his life. Oh, man.
I put in there the jumping, hovering, energy wave, shurikens, and then the force shield.
Oh yeah, the force shield. I forget about that one. I do love that. I thought it was, again, man, that was so cool. It just, Man, that's gonna be so helpful in the next issue.
It looked like it comes up automatically to defend him.
Right, even against himself.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, there was a random shuriken that he was practicing with, came back, it was going to hit him, and then the force shield came up.
At first I was like, whoa, is there another mutant guy or something? What's going on here? And I was like, oh, that's him.
Yeah. So, loves.
Oh.
I put that I loved that crossover page when he was like, Nico was right in the center of that biscuit.
Yes.
And running out to go into the Jacksonville College.
Actually, that was something I love, but honestly, it was just all of the pages in general. The coloring that he had in there, it was so vibrant, but dramatic, and man, he just sold what he was trying to really show and everything.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I was just so impressed by a lot of those pages. The where he was trying to learn how to do his powers, and even at the very end where he's bouncing around to Jacksonville, man, it looked really cool. I was super with all the trees and stuff like that. Green, man, it was awesome.
And it was really nice to see the character like figure out how to work the powers too.
Oh, I agree. And then not only that, I really appreciate the fact that he wanted to actually learn something. Not like, oh, I got these powers, let's go. He's like, no, you know what? I need to actually understand why I have these powers, and from an actual intelligent standpoint. So I appreciate that.
And it's a really good thing that Johnny didn't win that match, right? That guy would have gotten the powers.
Well, maybe one of the other things does, and that will be the villain.
We already know one villain, though.
This is true. There can be more than one.
Oh, yeah, there could be.
I'm just saying ideas.
The second place trophy just has a job application in McDonald's.
You're a sucker.
So I put I love Nico's list of lists that he has to do in order to go back home.
I know. I was like, it's almost like your mom gave you a list of chores you have to do before you're allowed to leave.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
I thought that was great.
But you know what? He went down each one of those bullet points and got them done.
Oh, he made sure it was done. Because he was like, it wasn't just a fact of him needing to be able to do it as a safety for his family.
Mm-hmm.
He knew his mom was only going to take that house being tore up like that one time. She's like, look, I told you.
Because it technically wasn't his fault.
Right, and that's why she let him slide, but that's why she said,
and I guess it technically wasn't Jay's fault either. He didn't know that was going to happen by turning him over.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying, though. They got that one chance, and now they're going to miss it again.
I also love the energy burst from the sword.
Oh, that's funny. That was the next thing I was going to say. The sword was one of my favorites. Not only did it look awesome, but yeah, the energy burst from it, I was like, man, that would just so cool. I just cannot wait to see that in the next episode.
And
next issue.
I wonder, too, like, if he would be able to make other types of weapons besides the shurikens. Probably.
Oh, I think the power...
He's just trying to stay themed.
Well, plus too, I think like the more confident he gets and the more abilities he can figure out, and stronger he gets with it, I think he'll be able to do all kinds of
if
stuff.
they're chasing him down in a car, he can like throw some caltrops out.
That would be so useful. The cops would love it. Like, hey, we got this DUI. They don't want to stop. Go ahead and do that. Oh,
yeah.
True.
And then you see the car blow up from underneath it. It flips a couple times.
Oh, I mean all that. Just meant to stop the car.
But this is in a Ninja Niko comic. That car's gonna flip. And there will be explosions.
This is true.
And I've lived in Jacksonville. It happens there a lot. Now.
So true.
So overall, this was awesome.
Oh, and again, one of my favorites. I actually loved it more than the first one, which I can't believe I can say that. But I just loved the art in it. It was just so colorful. I love how that energy blast looks. It was so cool.
Also, it's also fair to point out that, when you have like half the comic was just Nico by himself.
That's true.
In this warehouse training, and it was captivating.
It really was. That's what I mean. That's why I almost like slipped up saying it was an episode, because you could really like kind of play it out in your head to where it's almost like, wait, did I watch something or nope, I read something, because it is just that good. with the detailing and the art that he did. It's just I loved it.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to number 3.
Oh, cannot.
Because I have a feeling there's going to be some new developments that are really going to take off.
He's gonna figure out a new power. I can already tell.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I wanted to personally thank Nico for letting us review this another one of his comics.
Because he's always so nice when we go and talk to him and everything, and so welcoming. And again, I just love the fact that he's talking about Jacksonville. So
and like it's like a grassroots movement for Ninja Niko.
That's true.
We got to get the word out there. Because there's a lot of really talented indie guys out there right now.
Oh, there's so many. Well, even the ones we just reviewed so far, it's just it's so hard to even pick a favorite for those. And we've just got stack
because it's so different. Each one is dramatically different from story, art, color, or lack of color even.
Yeah, because we've done a lot of black and whites, and they've just been just so much detail, so much just being dramatic and.
Or funny.
Awesome. Oh my god, some have been hilarious.
So do you have anything you wanted to add?
Nope, just again cannot wait for the third episode the third installment. There we go. What a nice word. Third installment to come out, and we'll definitely review that one when it's done.
And we're back on track now, so hopefully we'll be able to put out the videos get through the stack. The next one I don't usually like to announce before, but I think we're going to dive into that Gut Ghost.
I think we're going to have to.
Yeah, so that'll be a long one too, because that one is actually a pretty thick comic. It's actually a lot of Gut Ghosts combined together into one special one.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that one. All right, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, between the known and the unknown lies the mammoth. I'll see you next time.